Do you like kukri? I happen to love kukri. And if you like kukri and big old knives as much as I do, then stick around, because you're not going to want to miss out on hearing about this beast of a blade, the Kailash Blades 10 Chirra Angkhola Kukri. Ooh. Hello everyone, and welcome to the Modern Scald, where we love bows, blades, and ancient lore. Now you may have noticed that I've changed my channel name yet again. Why? Well, I am a Libra, and my horoscope said that I needed a change in life in order to get ahead. Now I've grown very fond of the same pair of underwear I've been wearing for the last month, so I decided that a YouTube channel name would be the next best thing. But enough about that. Let's talk about this incredible kukri from Kailash Blades, the 10 Chirra Angkhola Kukri, straight from the fiery forges of Shiva's mountain in Nepal. What we have here is a traditional 10 Chirra or 3-fullered kukri with a polished 13-inch 5160 spring steel blade, a peen stick tang with a traditional buffalo horn grip, the Kailash standard grind, a spine thickness at the bolster of approximately 7 millimeters with a distal taper, and an overall weight of approximately 770 grams, which is a little heavier than what's stated on the website. But these specifications are going to vary slightly from kukri to kukri anyway, as they're all a bit unique, being handmade, and Kailash Blades offers plenty of customization options, including blade length, the grind type, grip material, grip size, and so on. With the options I chose, this particular kukri ended up being $171 US plus $41 US in shipping. It came with a traditional sheath, as well as a Western-style leather sheath that I'll discuss shortly. Now, it's probably important to talk about why I bought this particular kukri before moving forward. Now, I know there's plenty of people out there who believe a traditional kukri is the ultimate outdoor blade. But I am first and foremost a traditional kukri collector, and I prefer to leave the outdoor work to more affordable, more practical, at least in my opinion, modern blades. That said, it can be a bit difficult to find quality traditional kukri made with legitimate traditional specifications in the US. It's even more difficult to find such a kukri that you can obtain in a timely manner. When you get the kukri itch, you need that kukri ASAP. 'Cause guess what? I got a fever, and the only prescription is more kukri. Now, when it comes to kukri makers, I'm a die-hard Tora Blades fanboy. Tora Blades, in the opinion of many, myself included, make the absolute best quality historical reproduction kukri that you can buy. But the wait for such quality can be upwards of 3 to 5 months. So what can we do to fill that kukri void while we wait for our next Tora Blades kukri to arrive? Well, we order another kukri from someone else in the meantime, of course. So I wanted to try a blade from Kailash in the hope that the folks there can fill my deep, hungry void while I'm waiting on that next Tora Blades delivery. While it does take Kailash about a month and a half to build and deliver your blade, that's still pretty fast considering the fact that it has to be made and sent from Nepal. So I decided to go with the 10 Chirra Angkhola Kukri from Kailash because I also have a Tora Blades 10 Chirra. I figured since both Tora and Kailash are similar in price, if they're similar in quality, then Kailash could definitely be my kukri side hoe. You know what I'm saying? The Kailash 10 Chirra definitely hits the mark in terms of materials and traditional specifications, and it's not far off from my Tora 10 Chirra. Though I should point out that these blades are not the same design, only similar in the fact that they have a 3-fullered blade. The grip on the Kailash is a bit large, but would be perfectly fine for someone with medium to large hands, but I also believe that you can customize the size of your grip now on the Kailash Blades website. When it comes to the quality of the traditional sheath, I'm very fond of the fact that you can wear it both vertically and horizontally. This sheath also has a loop at the tip which you could certainly use to secure to your leg during vertical wear. I'm not a fan of the metal shapes that you often see on kukri sheaths, so I love the fact that this sheath is simple and practical. I also did a bit of batoning and chopping on some ash we had laying around. Now this particular kukri is not one that I would recommend for heavy outdoor work, at least not in this particular format, as buffalo horn grips can be a little slippery when wet, or if you're wearing fabric gloves, it will literally spin around in your hand while you chop if you're wearing fabric gloves. I've also seen antique tin Chirra Kukri, and the fullers don't seem as deep as they tend to be on modern reproductions, this one included. Now this might just be age and wear on the antiques, but I can't help but think these deep fullers create more friction and resistance, at least for batoning. Maybe that's a subject to test out in another video. Let me know what your opinion is in the comments. Now in my opinion, the tin Chirra is really more of a looker and a light chopper, and I think Kailash offers other kukri designs and options that would be better for heavy chopping and batoning. That said, it's not every day that I get to pound 13 inches into a hard ash, so I figured, why not? And I pounded that ash pretty hard too. And just as I suspected, the blade held up just fine, with a little more than a few minor expected scuffs. But if you're dead set on using this kukri for heavier chopping, you certainly can, but I'd make choices in the customization that are better for a working blade, such as a satin blade finish and maybe a wood or a micarta grip. Now we come to fit and finish. And though I do think the folks at Kailash did a good job on this kukri overall, there are a few minor flaws. Now I want to preface this by saying I'm a little bit of a kukri snob, so my critique is more from the perspective of a collector. Here we have a great blade. They did an awesome job on the fullers and the traditional blade decor. But when we move to the grip, we do find a slightly jagged butt plate with minor gaps. Now I know some of you might think this is okay and somewhat of a norm with kukri, but take a look at some examples here from Himalayan imports and from Tora blades. Nice, smooth butt plates that fit tightly and have no jagged edges. Additionally, I received a Western-style leather sheath with this kukri. I don't think I paid for this, so I do appreciate the freebie. However, this thing stinks. And I don't mean in terms of quality. The quality and construction is fine, but it smells. And I'm one of those freaks that enjoy the smell of leather, but this has an incredibly strong, unpleasant smell, and I'm not sure what the smell is. Maybe it's the dye, but I would liken it to the smell of creosote on railroad ties. And until that smell goes away a bit, I will not be using this. Now, some people might not mind smelling like hot tire rubber, but I like to smell pretty for the ladies, so as is, this ain't gonna fly. All that aside, Kailash is a newer company with an awesome business model. Their website, which I'll post in the description, is incredibly user-friendly with loads of customization options, and that's a rare and refreshing thing in the traditional kukri world. I would also say that Andrew Lucas, their industrial designer and strategic consultant, as well as all the folks at Kailash, seem to be constantly working toward improving their business and their product. With Kailash, you will get customer service I guarantee you cannot get with other kukri makers, and that makes slight imperfections much easier to forgive, and hopefully over time those minor finish issues will work themselves out. This purchase makes me feel confident about trying out other blades that Kailash offers. And while I might not recommend this particular kukri to the strictest collector, if you want a well-made, aesthetically pleasing traditional kukri that you can actually use, that comes with lots of options and great customer service, then I'd say the Kailash Tin Chirra Angkhola kukri is definitely worth the money. Well, I hope you all got something from this video, and again, I would highly recommend checking out Kailash Blade's website, which I'll link in the description below. Also, if you like bows, blades, and ancient lore, please consider subscribing to the channel to show me how much you care. And remember, caring is sharing. Or is it sharing is caring? I can't remember, but if you care, please feel free to share. Thanks everybody for watching. I'll see you next time.